Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is the next video in the series. We are making POS management system. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any case, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Now, in this video, we are going to continue from the last video. We left with the invoice form, and we were creating invoice form. We built some logic for update, close invoice, for discount, for collected amount. We have updated some, we have written some code, but we were not able to test it because we do not have a mechanism to create invoice. So in this video, I'm going to focus on creating the invoice. Now, to do that, I'll have to go to the other form, which is called POS form, because that's the main form that we are going to use as a user will be using most of the time. Now, what is the logic? The logic I want to build is that right now what you're looking at is create invoice. But if the invoice is already created, if the status of the sales order is invoiced, then I want the button to be changed, this caption to be changed to view invoice rather than create invoice. And why I'm mentioning this, because this will be our foundation for putting together the logic. And first we are going to tackle how to create invoice, and then we will look at how to open the invoice and display the data onto the invoice. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do it, I'll basically go to on click event dot and code builder. Okay. Now right away I'm going to check if there is a order created. If there is not, we are going to throw an error. Okay. So this is first we are going to check. So to check, what I'll do is I'll say if and z parenthesis open parenthesis close, and we'll give this code in between the parentheses. This is the same code that is basically looking at the sale ID right here. So we are going to search the sales ID. Okay, if it is null, then we are going to throw an error. So we'll say do cmd.beep message box, please select the order first to create invoice. Okay, comma. Oh, so that should be enough. Comma, VV critical, comma, information. Now, once that is done, we are going to look at another logic, and that logic is basically if the status is invoiced already, we want to open a form and we want to populate the record related to that invoice. Okay. Now, we will write that code a little bit later, but first let's go ahead and create the record first. That's the main idea of this video. So to create record, I will declare some variable. I'll say dim rs as record set, and then I'll say set rs equal current db dot open record set and parenthesis open parenthesis close, and we will write the code not like this, my friend, like this, double quote, and we'll give a reference of the invt, that's the name of the table, and we'll say db open dyna set. Okay. All right, so that's done. Now, what is the next step? Well, next step is we will go ahead and create a record. To create a record, we'll say else, and then we'll say and if. Now, before we create a record, we're going to actually look at if the invoice is created. If it is created, then of course the button should state that the invoice is already created. So it should not create another record, rather it should open the form. And so this is where we are going to build that logic. We'll say if, and I'm going to copy this. Okay, so rather than sale ID, I'm going to say status equal invoiced, sorry, equal new. Then, okay, so if it is new, then we will go ahead and do whatever we want to do. Else if, okay, or we will just say else do cmd dot beep. Hang on a second. Do cmd dot beep message box. Right now we'll keep it do cmd dot beep because I will write a code to open the form. So we'll come back to this later. First we'll create a record. So say rs dot add new, and then in here we'll say rs dot update, and we'll say rs, come on, set, sorry, rs dot close, and then we'll say set rs equal nothing. Okay, so that's done. Now what next? Next we are going to write a code in between here. What is the code we are going to write? Well, we will have to fill up this invoice t table. And what information we are going to copy? We're going to copy invoice date, sale id, order amount, and discount, and collected. So basically the fields that are not calculated, we will copy the information in those fields. So let's go back to the VB editor, and right here we will write the code. We'll say rs exclamation mark, and first we'll tackle the invoice date equals format, parenthesis open, now double quote, parenthesis close. Now say day, month, year. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to copy this couple of times. I'm going to paste right here, and then I'm going to copy sale ID, and then basically we'll copy this same code. Okay, and then we will paste it right here. Okay, so instead of status, we will say sale ID. Okay, because we are transferring sale ID. Next, order amount. Now that's interesting. Where we will get order amount from, because on the form there is no order amount field. This is why I have a query. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, because in the previous video I made this query. So it's a very simple query. It has a unique sale ID, and for each sale ID it has a total sale. That's it. And so we are going to pick the total sale from this unique sale ID. So to do that, we will use a function in Microsoft Access. So it's a dlookup. That's the function name. And it is asking expression as a string. So what are you looking for? This is what basically is asking. We are looking for total sale field. Okay, comma. Then what you need to do is provide the name of the domain. Domain simply means the name of the query or the table from where you are fetching this information. So we'll say sale, is it with S? Yes. Sales amount Q. Comma. Does it have any criteria? And we know that yes, absolutely there is a criteria. And so what is the criteria? Criteria is for sale ID. We want to look for sale ID, and then using the sale ID we are going to fetch the information from total sale. So this is how we do it. So we'll say, and we close the parenthesis so we don't forget. We'll say sale ID equal, and then we copy this code. Okay, there you go. All right, awesome. So after that, what are we going to do? Once the sale ID is copied, order amount is copied, sorry. Now discount. From where we will get discount? Well, discount by default is 0. So even if we don't write the code, the discount by default will be 0. So let's not write the code for this. Net amount will be calculated. Next, we have to provide, actually next one is also 0. Balance is calculated field. So it turns out there's one more field that we will provide the information, and that is status. So we'll say status, and this will be status will be new. Okay, so once that is done, we have updated the record, and then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to actually we are going to basically close this table, and that's what we are doing with these 3 lines of code. We are updating record, and we are closing, sorry, 2 lines of code. We are closing the record set, which is table itself. And also, what else should do we need to do? Well, the next step is we want to open the form immediately, and we want to display the relevant information onto the form itself. Now, to do that, we will use the VB code, of course. But remember, we have this logic of, because the caption is new or the status is new, then we are using this to create a new record. But if the status is not new, then we are fetching the information from the table and we are populating it on to this invoice form. So this is what we are going to do. But to do that, I'm going to create a function, and the function will be separate function right here. So we'll say private function. Actually, you don't have to use private, but I still use it. And you give a name, and the name will be rs open form. Okay. Now in here, what you are going to do, you are going to actually first look at whether there is a record in the invoice table with the sales order that we are going to refer to. So first we will look at that. Okay, sale ID is a unique ID. So we'll say, you know what, rather than I write the code again, I will actually copy this. Oh, okay, and then we'll paste it, and then I'll say rs check, because we can't have two variables with the same name. And this time db open snapshot, db read only. Okay, so we'll say rs check dot find first, and what are we finding? Well, we are finding sale ID equal, and we're giving reference of this. So let's give reference here. All right, so if rs check dot no match equal true, then what should we do? Well, else, and if it is no match, meaning no record found, then do cmd.beep message box, no invoice created with the selected sale order ID, something like that. Will be critical and information. Else, if we found it, then we are going to populate it. Okay, so we'll say, where is invoice form? There you go. Now we are going to populate everything onto this form. So we'll say rs check exclamation mark invoice num, sorry, inv num equal, how do we fetch the invoice? Well, we already have rs, sorry about that, this is not the way, apologies. We are going to refer to this form, forms invoice f exclamation mark inv number. Okay, inv number equal rs check exclamation mark inv number. All right, I'm going to copy this. Do cmd.beep, sorry, do cmd.open form, and we'll give the name of the form, and that is invoice f. And now we can use function. So we'll say call what? Come on, I know. call and the function name. There you go. All right, so that's done. Okay, let's check it out whether this thing actually works or not. And before I do that, I will copy this as well, and then I will paste right here. Okay, or not right here, right here. Okay, so let's check it out whether this thing actually work or not. So we'll go to POS. Let's click on create invoice button. There you go. What you're looking at is the invoice created, the information copied. Now let's verify. And to verify, 34 and 44.52. $0 the discount. Net amount is 52. Collected amount is 0, and the status is new. Okay, let's close that. And after the invoice is created, we will say, here we go. Okay, and right here we'll say, instead of sale ID, status, and the status should be invoiced. Okay, and if it is invoiced, then this will change the caption. So the caption should be changed to me dot. Okay, now I'm taking pauses because I'm thinking about it. So I'll go to the on load event, and I will say if, and I'm going to copy the same, if the status equal invoiced or status equal closed, then me dot btn create invoice dot caption should be changed to view invoice. Okay, view invoice, and we'll close that with the end if statement. So let's see if this will work or not. And now we are going to call this function right here. Right after the status is changed to invoice, we will call this function. All right. If you are wondering what this guy is doing, please wait. Let me just, write it down, write down the code, and then I'm going to explain you everything. So just give me a moment. All right. Now we'll go back to invoice. Let's delete this, and we will try to create another record, and we will see if the caption will be changed to from create invoice to invoice. Sorry, the view invoice. And you can see right away view invoice. It is changed to view invoice, and now it has created a new invoice, and the status also is changed to invoiced. Now, if I will click, if our code is working, and if I'll click on view invoice, it should show me only the invoice. It should not create a new invoice. So right here, it is hopefully not creating in the background. So let's go ahead and check it. Let's save it. And no, this time it is only one record. So what it means our code is working fantastic. We have the view invoice. The order status has become invoiced as well. Whew, this was something that I've been trying to do. I mean, it's not difficult function to create, actually, to be very honest. I'm not able to get time to actually record these videos. Right now, I'm sitting in my car and I'm recording the video. Okay. So I hope that you liked. I hope all this effort that you appreciate. I hope that you'll smash the like button and hit the bell icon, subscribe, join the channel, support me and support the channel as well. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.